Oh, hello everyone. Here I am again today. My name is Rosana Penilla Barucha, and I would like to welcome you to another episode of the stories of the absolutely fabulous women of today. So let's talk about sharing stories. So sharing story creates emotional connection so that we can get a deeper understanding of other people's experiences despite our differences. So our purpose is to bring encouragement, friendship, hope, and inspiration. So, through this communication and information, we hope that we can build a stronger community and as well as a better place for everyone. Joining me today is none other than my good friend for so many long years. And I know that she's been very active in the community and very helpful when it comes to inspiring and uplifting individuals. So here she is. Her name is Marlene George. And Marlene, welcome to my mini show today. How
Thank
are
you for
you?
having me. Thank you for asking me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love being here. Thank you.
Awesome. So I know that this is the first time for people to hear you. And of course, we are a very new channel. And so I would like for you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Originally born in Cape Town, beautiful Cape Town, South Africa, came to
Wow.
Canada 57 years ago. So I've lived more of my life in Canada now. Came with my husband and our 10-month-old son. We had no jobs waiting for us. $500 in our pocket, coming from a warm country where you need a little clothes to a cold country where you need more clothes. But anyway, there was just a belief in my belly that everything was going to turn out okay, which it did. Wasn't easy in the beginning, but and I'm sure a lot of some of the listeners have immigrated from other countries, and we know what that's like. But the thing that brought me through this was just this belief that it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's all going to work itself out. So that's the basis of what I do with my work, helping people to believe that the possibility and don't give up your dream. Just push through it. So that's the sort of the story of how I got to Canada.
How wonderful. And of course, I'm not sure whether you've seen it. I've been posting a lot in like about 2 weeks ago. And this is me. My story is just like that too. I started here 25 years ago, and look at us now. We're still here. And the
Yes,
best thing is that, we are able to help other people who are basically, you know, newcomers to Canada and
right.
those who are already here and that the situation these days, right? And
Yeah, absolutely.
this
Yes.
is the reason why I created these stories of the absolutely fabulous women. I want people to know that
Hmm.
maybe sometimes life is sweeter, but sometimes life is very colorful, right? Very challenging. And
Yes.
during this time, especially, I would like to share some stories about, women um,
Hmm.
who have gone and still continuing with their journey. And despite of all of that, we're still here.
We're still here.
We're
So,
still
so
here,
basically,
right?
so just to add to my story, so when I was my dream was to be a premier ballet dancer. That was my childhood dream. I always wanted to be a premier ballet dancer. But what happened is that I got to the point. My dad said either school or like you can do both because my schooling was suffering. So anyway, basically, long story short, what happened is that when I was 17, because my parents didn't have the money to send me to London, England, that's where I had to go to learn to become a prima ballet dancer. My mother put me in a hairdressing school. So at the age of 17, I owned and operated. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 17. I owned and
Wow.
operated my own hairdressing salon in South Africa for 7 years prior to coming to Canada. And then, of course, coming to Canada, did a series of different jobs. And the catalyst that brought me to what I'm doing today was being fired from a job. I don't know if any of the listeners have ever experienced that. My self-esteem plummeted. It was such a struggle. I became a seminar junkie, to taking workshops, anything to get build back my self-esteem, because that's what happens. Your self-esteem just goes right down. And so for years I struggled and did a lot of work on myself, and that's what brought me to what I do today. So basically, I help individuals. I say, hey, I did this. I've been through this. I've been sexually abused. I was anorexic in my teens. I've had a lot of challenges, and here I and the marriage in the beginnings. Coming to a new country, it's stressful, especially when there's money challenges. But we got through it. So
Yeah, that
if I can do it, if I
that
can do it, you
is
can do
such
it
a
too.
wonderful story of courage.
Thank you. Thank
Wow,
you. Thank you.
wow. And every one of us goes through something, right? And we do not know right now, whoever is watching this episode, you know, wherever you are at this very moment, I know, you can always see hope in everything, right? And of course, it is all about your positivity, how you look at life, your um, how do you call it? Um, the way you approach the challenges, how you react to challenges as well,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I want to talk
Absolutely.
to you about. You've said you you're from South Africa. So have you ever thought of traveling again to South Africa?
Well, as I said, we've been in this country 57 years now. I've been back to Canada, to South Africa practically every year, but since COVID, now we haven't gone back.
Okay.
And so we used to go. My husband went more than me, but initially I made it the past 20 years. We've been going back every year. I grew up in the in the apartheid era, when Mandela's period. That's where I grew up in, and now being told that you're less than kind of thing, right? No, there was a color structure. It's no longer there. Thank God, that's all done now. But I grew up in that era where you were already told that you're not good enough. So it's a harder battle to fight through, And then coming to a new country, um, and not having much education, and then going from there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, hold on to your dream, just keep with the hope, believe that you can get through it, and there's help, there's always help. Just reach out, because sometimes we feel we have to do it alone, right?
Of
No, we
course.
can reach
Yeah.
out. We can reach
Yeah.
out. There's people that is more than willing, and it doesn't always have to cost money either.
Yeah,
There's
that's
always
one of
people
the
ready to
things
help.
I was told when I just came to Canada. This was 25 years ago. They said, Rosanna, you have to ask. If you don't
Yes.
ask, no one will know. And how can we help you, right? These
Yep.
are the
Yep.
people from my church. Let's talk
Right.
about more about Africa or South Africa. I know that you are one of the Nelson Mandela's I fan, right? So
Yes.
can you tell me one of your favorite quotes from Nelson Mandela?
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking for the quote now because I don't remember it fully in my own head. Do you have it in front of you?
Yes, I do
But
have it.
basically, if you can read it to me, then I'll expand on it.
Yes, all right. Okay, so you said here, one of the quotes of Nelson Mandela is that as I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. Can you tell me something or tell us more about it?
Well,
Why
Mandela,
is that?
yeah,
Yeah.
he was imprisoned. He was imprisoned for over 25 years, and he was fighting for the cause to bring unity, and let's get past this class distinction thing. I can't find the words for it. So basically, after being in prison for 25 years, this is what he was saying. He said, if I walk out of this, I might as well just be in jail. And this is what a lot of us, and that's basically what happened with me. When I left South Africa, I left all that bitterness behind. It's like, I cannot continue, because forgiveness, we have to get to that point of forgiveness. It burdens us. It's like walking around the world with bricks on our shoulders. Some of us are so angry, the person is already 6 feet under, but we're still angry, we won't forgive, and it holds us back. Our health starts to suffer, prosperity slows down. There's so much power in forgiveness, and sometimes we just have to not necessarily forgive the person. but forgive ourselves for just holding on, holding on, holding on. And that's what Mandela was saying. If I leave now and I'm still bitter, I might as well just stay behind those bars. And this is how a lot of people are living. They behind these bars because they just don't want to forgive. So I mean, and most times we don't want to forgive because we don't we want to be right. So which feels better, to be right or to be happy? It's a simple answer. Want to
Yeah.
be right, or you want to just be happy?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have to forgive the person, but just it's like let's get on with it. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, very, very deep meaning to it, right? And like me, I get inspired by the sayings or something that people had written, right? It
Yes,
is
yes,
it's an inspiration. Daily, I do that. When I get up in the morning, first start reading my Bible, and then I go into some inspirational quotes for today, and I empower myself so that I can face the day. So,
yes.
what about you? How do you start your day?
Well, I start my day. Actually, I start my day the night before. I start my day the night before. When I've got this. Oh, I wish I had it close to me. Let me see if I can reach for it. It's a 30-second exercise.
Yeah.
Oh, can find it now. Oh. Anyway, can find it. So it's a 30-second exercise, which says 15 seconds in the morning and 15 seconds at night can bring you happiness. But basically, what it is, when I put my head down on my pillow at night, I appreciation, just appreciation, appreciate the people that I met. I'm not thinking of the things that went wrong. I'm thinking of the things that went right. Because most times we focus on the lot that went wrong. So I'm sort of just being grateful, 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 the people that I've interacted with. And then I set my intention for the morning, that know what I want, how I want my day to go. Basically starting with, I want to do everything joyfully, positively, as much as I can. Hey, sometimes we have those little hiccups along the way. So basically, I'm saying 15 seconds in the morning to sort of start your day, being appreciative, want to stay happy, want to stay, keep my mind in a positive place. And then 15 seconds a night, being grateful for the experience that I had. I say that brings happiness. That simple
Yes.
little exercise.
That
So
is awesome.
I start my day the night before, and in the morning I do a little bit of meditation, my prayers. Especially now, I pray for the world, for what we're going through. So do a lot of things around that, and then I'm just getting into my day. I told God, if I can't do my job and stay happy, then I don't want to do what I'm doing.
it's it's amazing, like I'm hearing you talking like that, and I'm practicing the same thing every day. I
Yes,
have
I
to
know you
wake
are.
up being grateful and thankful because I'm alive, number one.
Yes,
And number
yes,
two, you know what? I think I've come to this age now where my goal is to like serve others more than myself, right?
yes,
And
yes,
I really feel very, very much um, accomplished every day for what I've done, that I was able to reach out to someone today or
yes,
did something for somebody today. And believe it or not, this conversation that we're talking about, there's so much insights that you have mentioned here, you know. So basically what we go through is that also with the challenges that we face
yes.
in the past and today, right? So we get wiser because we learn from the past and we brought it to today, right? So
Absolutely.
also it has something to do with our childhood. So what is the best memory that you can remember about your childhood? I'm sure that's in South Africa.
Yeah, well, a couple of things, but I remember because I have two sisters, and one of it was that we had a field like next to our home was this big open field. I used to love to go there. It was very peaceful. But the other fun thing that I like is that we had a couple of trees in our backyard, and my sister and I would climb into those trees, and we loved to sing, and we would sing. We would just sing hymns, songs, anything. So those are some of my childhood memories. Yeah, I love to do.
Wonderful. I also have one, it's kind of like, I don't know where it comes, but I remember when I was a child at my grandma's place, and we would go to the beach because she's very close to the beach, and we would catch fish, with some other family
Oh
members.
yes.
We were small. I remember the crystal clear water and white sands.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
I love the
it's
beach.
like
I
a
love the beach.
it's
I like
like
the
a
beach.
picture, you know.
Mm.
But I don't even know. I don't even remember the conversation. But I know I've been there.
Yes.
Does it
And you know
happen to
what?
you?
Just yeah, yeah. And just what, as we said, Rosanna, these are things that we can use. When we feel a little down and depressed, to go back to those memories and get into the feeling of that, right? And
Yeah.
just remember that it's not all that bad. Because for a lot of us, we see the cup empty, as they say. No, see, at least it half full. Like, let's look on the brighter side, right? Yeah, but you know what? People say, well, you don't know my life, you don't know my story. There's always something good that you can reach for. But we tend to focus on the 90% that's going wrong, as to sort of looking at that 1% that makes us feel good, and then watch how life can change. Magic,
Yes.
magic will happen.
Yeah, and
Magic
that's
will
why
happen.
they said from the start of the day you have to start thinking positively, because that mindset will
Sets
take
the
you
tone.
to
It
a
sets
better
the
place,
tone.
right?
Yeah,
You
sets the
attract
tone for
more.
the day.
Somebody also told me, Marlene, somebody also told me that if you think of one negative, you need to think about 10 positive to be
Yes.
able
Yep.
to remove that in your life. Is that
Exactly.
correct? You've experienced that?
Yes, well, that comes from that comes from the law of attraction. Or you're familiar with the law of attraction, right? I think
Yes.
some of the listeners would be. What goes around comes around. So if I'm going to think something negative about you, I better get more into the positive, staying along in that positive place, because otherwise, whenever I go back to you, that relationship will never change, because it's all the energy is where you last left it. So we
Yeah.
had a little bit of an argument, and I don't start thinking. At least I say to my clients, I'm sure there's one. When my clients come to me and they're so mad at each other, I say, there's got to be something good. This is why what brought you guys together. And they look at me as if to say, she's crazy. I go, you have children? Yeah. Well, isn't that one thing that good that came out of this relationship, that you have kids? No, they're focusing on all the other stuff that's going wrong as to this. And that's kind of what we do. That's what we do. And then we're wondering why it's sort of like we're pulling ourselves in two directions. You cannot love and hate at the same time. You're either hating or you're loving. You can do
Yes.
both.
One.
Can do both.
And
So
you
you
know,
either,
we've always said that, there's always something that we can be thankful for, right?
absolutely.
There's
There's a,
always something. No matter what darkness you are in,
yes.
just turn to the other side and you'll find it, right?
Yeah.
Just the sun is shining is positive, But for me, when I wake up that morning and I see my family, I'm in I'm in a
Happy.
home. I'm thankful. But wherever I am, when I go out, I talk to myself and I start appreciating the skies, the blue skies. Uh, you know,
Little things.
when I
Little
see
things.
some nice cars, I said, "Oh, how wonderful those people! They have beautiful cars." You know, I just have to focus on the positive.
Yeah.
That's
And,
it.
and, and just to add to what you're saying, that's, as you were saying, our power is right now. So I can think this horrible thought, or I can start reaching for something that feels good. I mean, this is just a little bit like religion here, but the term turn the other cheek.
Mm-hmm.
We turn the other cheek. For me, I feel what God said, stop looking and thinking about what you don't like. Turn the cheek and hold your eye on your vision, your goal, your dreams, your desires, and then it'll start coming to you. But most of us are just like over here, over here. So it's just little things, but it's difficult. It's easy, but it's easy, some simple little things, but it's difficult to do.
So, so I think what it is at the end of the day is that it's up to you.
Absolutely.
It's up to you. The
As I
choice
say,
is yours.
the buck starts here. The buck starts here. It's up to us. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's up to us, right? So it's your choice,
Definitely
right?
our choice. Yes.
Definitely, because we're given some options. So whether
No,
it's right or left,
as
there's always
yeah,
one and the other, right?
exactly. As you're saying, there's always something in the situation that was going wrong right now that, there's some kind of hope in there or something that's positive in there. As I believe there's no such thing as an accident. Accidents, it's always sort of there's always a message there. Like
Yeah.
being let go from that job that I was talking about earlier. It's like God knew my calling better than I did. It's like, you think you like this job? I've got something better for you. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is. And I always think that I got my training at a very young age. My parents were always scowling and arguing at each other. They're both in the other side right now, and they fine with me saying this. But
Yeah.
they were always arguing
Mm-hmm.
with each other. And so I got my training at a very young age. As a hairdresser, we tell our hairdressers everything, don't we? We tell them all our secrets. Yep. So, and then when I came to Canada, because of my dancing background, I worked at a gym, taking the ladies through their exercise things, and then they would tell me their stuff about their bodies and what's going wrong. So what I'm saying is I got my training at a very young age to do what I do today. And so anybody's listening, look back in your life. I don't care if it's working at McDonald's. There was training in that, just that simple little job to bring you to where you are today. Nothing is for nothing.
Let me
Everything
tell
happens.
you, when I also came to Canada, since we're talking about how we arrived here, right? When I came here, there was no job for me. I was in Dubai and I worked with doctors before coming to Canada. And then, I found out that the kind of job that I had there as like a business development for the company does not
Yes.
exist here, right? It was very hard for me. And
All
so what
right.
I did was I created a business for me, which is solving the problems of newcomers on the third month. So
Wow.
I recreated myself. The reason why the absolutely fabulous women, we have George Bernard Shaw's quotes that says, "Life isn't about finding yourself.
Yeah.
Life is about creating yourself."
In yourself.
And
Yes.
I
Yes.
have recreated a lot of times. You did yourself to a lot of people, men
Mm-hmm.
and women,
Yes.
even the young people. They're reinventing and recreating themselves, which is we should be. We all should
Absolutely.
be,
Yeah. And
right?
you just have to start somewhere. Start somewhere. That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have maybe one last question for you, and I know this has something to do with what you're doing now. So
Oh,
I know you are an author, right?
I wear a couple of hats. I've been in business for 31. I'm in my business for 31 years now. So I wear a couple of hats. So I started as a healer. So I'm a Reiki master teacher. I teach Reiki and I do treatments. So I do two other modalities, Reiki, therapy, touch, and cranial psychotherapy. Then I'm a coach. I'm a life and a business coach. I believe the one affects the other. You can't separate the two. This is my belief. And yes, I'm an author. I've authored 3 books and meditation CDs. And of course, I like to do some speaking like you invited me now, right now. So that's sort of the package, that umbrella that I work under. Yeah.
Wow. So if people would like to, or our audience would like to connect with you, where can they reach you?
Well, my website is marlenegeorge.com as my name.
Yeah,
Or
Marlene
I'm not
George.
sure they see my name on your end, but it's just under Marlene. So
Yeah,
www.marlenegeorge.com. My website will give them a full view of what it is that I do.
right. Yeah, and you have an ID too on the screen which says Marlene George, Life Wellness Business
And business
Coach.
coach.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
You're so wonderful to share your story from, South Africa to Canada. And this is the reason why I really love doing this. I wanted for a very long time
Long
to do
time.
something like this, to interview a woman, between 40s and above, right?
About
And
40 and about 40 and 78.
I love that too. Well, revealing my age too, I turned 61 this year. So
Just a
61
number.
this
It's
year.
just a number. It's just a number.
yeah, but you know what? I don't regret one bit of my life, being here. I my life is not perfect, and also it's not there's some times that I almost lost hope, but yeah, today I can say I'm glad I stayed. I'm glad
Good,
I stayed and I
good.
pursued why I came to Canada.
And I'm glad that you stayed and pursued because you do wonderful work, Rosanna. And thank you for inviting me. You do some wonderful work, and I hope that I know that the audience are appreciating, what you do. And yeah, as you said, we've been friends a long time, so
I know, eh?
I feel
But we
grateful for
never had
you.
a chance to talk. I've
Now
known
I
you. We
know,
met
I
so many
know.
times, but I know a little bit of what you do, but never knew about who is Marlene George. But
Yes,
today I have this opportunity to really dig into your life history,
thank
and
you.
I'm so happy that you didn't mind me at all poking on some
Mm,
years
yeah,
before.
yeah.
Anyhow, I thank you so much for joining me today, and for all our viewers who are followers and first time on this channel. So please do stay tuned, because we have a new episode coming next Wednesday. So we publish this interview every Wednesday, and we have a few women in line who has very, very interesting story for you. So I also invite you, if you would like to be a part of this show, please do put your information below. If not, message me directly on where you found me, whether it will be our new page, our new channel will be Instagram. So this will be published on YouTube, on Absolutely Fabulous Women of Today page on Facebook, and of course, I also share it on my personal timeline. So thank you so much. And for your parting words, Marlene, what would you like to say to our audience and viewers?
Don't, as you know, you can have what you want, but you have to believe that it's possible. You can have what you want, but you just have to believe that it's possible. Don't give up the hope.
Amen. Amen to that. So now you've heard it from Marlene, and from me. I always say, be kind and stay positive.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for tuning in. Till next time. Bye bye for now.
Thanks.